My life is so rewarding, so amazing. I love my life so much I can't even start to explain how perfectly happy I am. And the reason is simple. The reason is because I do what I want. It's basically that simple. You know, 1 month I might be in a cabin in Norway like I am now, and the next month I'm in the jungle in Thailand, and then I'm in the desert somewhere, and then I'm on a mountain, and then I'm in a valley. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll be a construction worker one day, or maybe I'll work in an office for a few months or years, or maybe I'll just go to Alaska like Dick Proenneke did and build a log cabin and stay there for a year. There's so many thoughts, and my point is that when I imagine these things, when I imagine what my life in the future might be like, I'm open to anything. Being open and doing what you want, that's the key to happiness in my opinion. So let's talk about some basics in terms of happiness. Happiness 101. So over the years I've realized more and more that one of the key aspects of being happy is to keep everything open. Everything open all the time. Meaning, don't close off any possibilities. Essentially, it's about never say never. So never say never, but also never say forever. Never say never, never say forever. Because as soon as you say never, you create a kind of constriction on your life. And even though right there and then it feels like never, you know, I'll never do that, I'll never want to do that, I'll never be a person like that, right there and then it just feels like that. But of course we always change, circumstances change, things change. That's what life is all about. So you might come to a point later in your life where something you said never to before is now looking like a possibility, but then you have the tension of, oh, I said I was never going to do that, but I want to do it, but now I can't, and then you create like tension around your own life. You constrict yourself. No good. The same is true with forever. You say, I'll be with you forever, my darling, or I'll want to do this forever. I love this so much, I'll do it forever. Sure. You can say it, but don't mean it. Don't mean it, because you essentially just create these chains around your own feet, and that's essentially what constricts our happiness. As simple as that. Happiness is our natural state. It's who we are. We are naturally happy at the core, I believe. However, in order to be happy, we need to be ourselves fully. And being ourselves fully means constantly doing whatever we want. So once we put rules and regulations in place, I'm never going to do this, I'm never going to do that, I could never do that, I will always do this, I love this, I'll do it forever. Once we do all those things, guess what? We are no longer happy. Maybe we're happy right there, but then the next day, circumstances change, and we want to do something we say we're never going to do. It's always changing, and I'm perfectly happy. I'm super happy, in fact, exactly because I allow for that to flow. I allow for my own preferences to just take me where I want to go. And by not resisting, just letting it flow, I'm happy. Happiness is simply, it's not something you attain, it's simply what you are once you stop resisting what is. So, I mean, I can't even start to describe how rewarding my life is, and it's because of this simple fact. It has nothing to do with my circumstances. Remember, circumstances are not what forms our reality. We create the circumstances, okay? It's not the circumstances that force us to do things. It's us making choices. We can affect our circumstances. We can change them, right? So likewise, you don't want to define yourself too much either. I'm a raw vegan. I'm a man. I'm a woman. I'm an athlete. I'm a couch potato. I'm this, I'm that. Because once you box yourself in, once you put a label on you, you start wanting to sort of live up to that label, and that label can also limit your experience. You know, I'm a couch potato. I'm a couch potato. You just tell yourself that over and over again, and guess what? That's what you're gonna be. So instead of constantly defining yourself, open up. Just open up to endless possibilities. I am whatever I am at the moment. I am an athlete when I'm out running. I'm a chef when I'm making a salad. I'm a driver when I'm driving a car. I'm an author when I'm writing a book. I'm whatever you're doing, that's what you are right now. And just keep it open for the future. You can be something else. It might change. It might change in a second, might change in 10 seconds, in a day, in a month, in a year, 10 years. Who knows? Some people, they're doing the same thing their whole life. And I guess some of them are happy about it. They just do it because they love it. But many of the people that do the same thing their whole life, they might be somehow stuck a little bit, you know, in that this is what I do, this is who I am. So that's okay too. But just remember, open up. Never say never, never say forever, or actually you can say never and you can say forever, but you don't want to mean it. Don't be serious about it. Just throw it out there. Play with the words, play with the roles that we play as humans, you know. We gotta put labels on things because we gotta communicate, obviously. But don't be too hung up on the labels. Don't get too stuck inside definitions of what you are and what others are, you know. In terms of food, I'm never gonna eat cooked food. I'm never gonna eat meat. I mean, I'm an ethical vegan. I'm choosing not to eat meat and animal products, largely out of ethical grounds, but also because I think it's not natural for us to do that optimally. But I wouldn't hesitate to eat meat if I'm out in the forest trying to survive some crazy scenario where I'm like dying. I'd eat some meat. Or maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I wouldn't. It depends on what trip I'm on right there and then. You know, we're always on these different trips. So see it as that. See life as different trips. When you find yourself just totally into something, don't be like, this is the only thing that's right, everyone else is wrong. No, I'm on this trip, I dig it, I'm doing it. They're on that trip, you know, capitalists, all those capitalists. No, man, they're capitalists, they're just tripping. They're just on that trip, you know. I can see myself becoming a capitalist. Capitalism, the new big thing for me. Or maybe I'll become a communist, but again, all of these different words are just definitions, they're just labels. We're not those things. Those things are just flowing, and we are flowing, and who are we anyway? I mean, it's complex, it's deep. So liberate yourself, open yourself up, be whoever you are, be yourself fully, don't be afraid to try new things, do whatever you want at all times, follow your highest excitement, never say never, never say forever. Limitless potential, limitless potential. Alrighty. So right now, do something that you want, and then just continue that forever, okay? You never have to do something you don't want, okay? Who says you have to do something you don't want? Isn't that ridiculous, doing something we don't want? I mean, why would we ever do that? So, I give you permission to do whatever you want. But you don't need my permission, you know it. You know it's true. Follow your heart. Alright, see ya.